beneficial than winning. My partner and I, of the negative side, are strongly against this resolution. My partner have talked about how losing could change a course in a person's life, and how losing could create loss of self-esteem. I will be talking about the validity of this resolution and the benefits of winning. But before I continue with my constructive speech, I would like to rebut briefly on some of my opponent's key points. My opponent has stated that by losing, you prepare to win in the future, but as I will mention later in my speech, I would like to say that this is case by case, and only few losers will get motivated and will analyze their mistakes and continue to strive to succeed. But most of the time, people get discouraged and will lose their self-confidence and continue to remain as a failure. I will now continue with my constructive speech. Losing is more beneficial than winning. First of all, I would like to question this statement. Losing is more beneficial than winning. It is not this simple. This depends on case by case, and only small portion of people actually learn from their mistakes and try again. However, I would like to emphasize that this only applies to a very small amount of people. Therefore, it belongs to special cases. I agree that some losers earn valuable lessons and benefits from failure, but they realize their mistakes through their failure and earn worthy to win. But we can't just generalize everyone, and if the statement is true, then why do all of us want to win? Why do we want to be a winner? The reason that we are constantly talking about the case where losers benefited from failure and learn from their mistakes is because they're special cases, and the stories like those inspire losers and everyone else to try hard to win, to be a winner. Okay, for instance, we all watch Olympics, right? So in Olympic Games, it is the winner who has his country's flag hung in the middle, and it is the winner who has his country's national anthem playing in the background. And because he's a winner, people listen to him, and he can say whatever he wants, and people listen to him because he's a winner. And since he's a winner, he's able to proudly represent his country. If it is more beneficial to lose than to win, then it only makes sense that everyone wants to be a loser, but no one does. But as for a majority of the cases, if loser remains as a loser, there is no significance, right? Next, I would like to ask one question. Why doesn't winner benefit more than losers? Winner tries equally as hard, so shouldn't they get more advantages? For my next point, I would like to demonstrate some cases where winner benefited more than losers. First of all, winners have greater self-confidence through their winnings. Because they have already tasted victories, they challenge themselves constantly further to win even more. One of my example is my role model. She's called Annika Sorensen. She's a Swedish pro golfer in the LPGA. She broke numerous records over 10 years, and she continues to win because she continues to strive herself. And she doesn't end after one winning. She continues to win in the future. She gets motivated after every win, and even after she wins, even after she knows that she's good enough, she tries even further to maintain her winnings. Of course, as I mentioned mentioned previously before, this is only some of the case where winners benefit even more from winning. Winners benefit more from their winning when they're humble and are at the same time who pities the losers and are able to feel compassionate towards others. For example, when we look at major winners in our world today, such as Bill Gates and Steve Jobs, they have the right attitude as winners. They're rich, yes, they are rich, and they're successful, and they don't hesitate to share with the rest of the world. They are generous, and while they are generous to others, they are strict to themselves, and they continue to strive, and in that case, they are major winners. Okay. So what have I talked to you about today? I've talked about the validity of the statement and how winners gain more advantages. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the resolution before us today stands that this House believes that losing is more beneficial than winning must fall. Thank you.
Thank you. And now